Okay, we're joined today, our local press conference, by Jerry Cummiskey, the swim and dive coach of Binghamton University, wearing his championship hat. Jerry, congratulations, first of all, on winning the men's championship.
Thanks, David.
Jerry, just your overall thoughts. You've had a little bit of time to digest this. What does this championship mean to you and to the program?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's great and it's exciting, and it certainly means a lot to our guys. It's really just a culmination of a lot of hard work and resilience through a really tough year. We knew we were going to have a good group of guys that were going to work hard and swim fast. And I think the question was, how fast are we going to go and are we going to make it to the end? So we had our bumps along the way, but we got there and we did great. So the credit's all to them. They had an amazing weekend this weekend. Our divers had an amazing weekend last weekend. And it really was just a full team effort.
Questions?
Hey, Jerry, congratulations. To have a big lead heading into the swim portion and just, being able to finish it off at the end, how were you able to keep the team kind of even keeled to end up coming out on top with the title?
Yeah, I mean, going in ahead was obviously, nice. It's a little bit less stressful being ahead, until you see that lead starting to shrink. I don't know how even keeled we kept the guys. They were pretty excited and pumped up all weekend. Event to event, that score would fluctuate, and we had some strong events, and UMBC would catch us on some. So, we were in good spirits. We were confident all weekend. We were swimming great. So we really weren't too worried, about controlling what we were doing. Just you can't control what other people do. So, I guess that was the variable that we just didn't know.
Congratulations on the title, Jerry. I mean, I guess just talking about this team as a whole, I mean, what is it about this team that was just so special that kind of, led to them, reaching this title?
I think their togetherness or their bond, they're a tight group of guys. They work hard. They enjoy being around each other. For the most part, they enjoy being at practice every day. Maybe not early in the morning, maybe not some of the doubles, but they want to be here and they want to get better. And that showed every day. Usually we've got a 6 to 7 month season. We start in September and go through February. And with COVID and everything this year presented, we had about 10 weeks. So to do what they did in 10 weeks with some hiccups with COVID and things like that, and swim, for just about all of them, they swim better than they ever have. And that's pretty remarkable. So a lot of that is just their work ethic, and drive internally.
Coach, again, congratulations. Going back to how things started to tighten up a little bit as you got through the tournament more and more, was there a turning point or some moment where you finally felt comfortable and felt like we're actually going to be able to do this?
Yeah, there are probably two. I would say yesterday, the 200 backstroke we knew was probably our biggest question mark of the weekend. We only had two guys in it. One guy who had never done the 200 backstroke at a championship event. So there was some question marks, and we knew UMBC was going to be strong. And, looking ahead, we thought we might be losing after the backstroke. But Chris and Shane, who had just an amazing swim, really kind of filled that gap and kept us ahead. I think after that event, we were up 2 points, which doesn't seem like, a significant moment, but I thought we might be down 10 or more at that point. So to just never give up that lead was nice. And then we followed that up. 100 freestyle was strong. And then the 200 breaststroke just kind of put us ahead and put us in a spot where we felt comfortable. And then going into that last relay, we knew we didn't need anything special. We just needed to finish, and that's kind of what we did.
And coach, in just your second year at the helm here in Binghamton, to win a conference title for the program's first in nearly 20 years. I mean, what's that mean to you to reach this high so early in your tenure?
I mean, it's great. You know, we stare at the banners at the pool every day, and you know they're old. You know, 96 to 03, and you know it's time. You know, our goal was to get better, and we were in a spot where we had a good group of guys here, and we were able to add a stellar group of freshmen that you know we knew were good, but we weren't. You know, you never are quite sure if they're going to come in and make that immediate impact, and they did. So, you know, things just came together for us well, and you know, we lucked out.
Coach, you mentioned the freshmen. Let's talk about your senior class, specifically people like Cameron and your other captains. How did the veteran leadership help this young team this year?
It's been great. You know, Cam and Ben as captains, and Shane, our other senior swimmer, and then David, our diving captain. They did a great job. You know, our freshman class almost equaled our returning class, you know, with the other three classes. So there's a lot of guys to kind of connect with and, you know, keep an eye on, but they were so focused all year. The captains just did a great job of showing them, you know, what this culture is about and how we do things. You know, so it was easy on our end. And, you know, that's because of their leadership.
Any other questions for Jerry? Jerry, my last question is, how would you describe your jump into the pool after the championships? Was that a cannonball or a can opener?
I guess it's some sort of can opener. I don't really know. I didn't really think too much about it. So it was just fun, you know, seeing those guys excited and celebrating was really probably the best moment of the weekend. You know, to just know what went into that, you know, and to know what they did and how they earned it. So that was special.
Okay, what we'll do now is we're going to pin Cameron Deguzman. So we will we'll pin him. All right. Whoops. I got to unpin Jerry. Remove pin. Okay, we're at Cameron. How you doing, Cameron?
Doing great.
Okay, Cameron, the same question I asked Jerry. Just your overall feelings on the weekend now that you've had a little time to digest it.
Yeah, it was really just a weekend that I'll remember for the rest of my life. The entire time, it was the energy was high, the feeling was high. We knew that we could do it. We knew that UMBC had some strong guys, and there would be events that we'd be down in, and events that UMBC could really do some damage on us and close that gap. And really, we just had to hold on. And we knew that we had it in us. It really just came down to what we were saying all weekend long: who wanted it more, UMBC or us? And UMBC wanted it, but I think with us finishing out on the end and the energy and how people were swimming throughout the entire weekend, it was pretty clear. I think we really wanted it, and we bring a title back to Binghamton U for the first time in 18 years. Really happy that we did it. The entire weekend was really just memorable.
Questions?
Yeah, just to, I mean, I guess kind of go off that a little bit. You said the first one in almost 20 years, and then also taking down UMBC. And then also this was the first conference championship Binghamton University's had since 2016. So just being a senior and keeping all that in mind, I guess, how special was it, and just how much does it mean to you to do that your senior season?
Yeah, I think there's just no other better way to leave with a bang. And I know me and there's one other senior swimmer, Shane. We just can't believe that we made it all the way to April, and that we had bumps along the way. We really didn't even know if we'd make it all the way till April. I mean, our season typically ends in the middle of February, and swimming until the end of this month really was so worth it. And the year swimming and ending our career, we couldn't have asked for anything else.
Cameron, there was a turning point Jerry and I talked about. The first night, you know, was you just getting your feet wet, but it was the second night when you kind of gained some points that you really started to believe that you could hold on. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. They outscored us the first night because we came in with over 100 points in the lead, and after the first night, we were about 50, a little more than 50 points ahead only. And but after the second night, seeing that we outscored them, we knew that we had it in our pocket. We didn't have it in our pocket, but knew it was definitely possible. And I know I'm gonna be honest, looking towards the next day, knowing UMBC had strong sprinters and for the 100 free and backstrokers in past years, and this year, I was rooming with Shane. We were talking late at night and just thinking like, oh my gosh, like, could we do it? And really second guessing, but we knew if we really just wanted to do it and showed up and held them off, and it could happen. And throughout the entire meet, I know the energy during that third session, it was definitely doable, and we were so happy we had it done.
Along the lines, you guys weren't at the diving meet, but you saw those divers and what they did. How much energy did that give you going into NJIT?
Oh my gosh, I remember the 2 days last weekend, seeing them sweep 1, 2, 3 both events. We were all screaming in our house. People were screaming on different floors, seeing that we sweeped them and how much of a lead it put us in going into the next weekend. And the energy was high when the divers arrived back at home. We welcomed them, and it was super exciting. Everyone was so excited, men and women, for us.
You're a senior, but you learned from some seniors in the past, people like Tyler Myers, people like Ross Bernstein, Max Willard, Alex Brianna. How much is this title a reflection of what they taught you as seniors this year?
Yeah, it's awesome. And I've known Tyler for years, and I still talk to Max almost every day. And really, they were always people that I look up to, and they were there. They were always there, and always someone I could talk to, and always pushing us. And Tyler was always a guy that pushed everyone in the pool and encouraged everyone to go faster and work their hardest. And it was they're definitely someone that I tried to replicate when I took a role as a captain.
Anyone else? I have one last one if no one does. Okay, Cameron, you have a great freshman class. Who's going to take over the bonsai pre-game cheer that you do with your belly in the pool?
We've had, after every practice, we always break it down. And one guy, he really gets the people going sometimes. And George Kipshidze, he really had some awesome races, not even this weekend, but the entire season, where people on the pool deck and in the viewing room at Champs were just getting super excited and electric with seeing him race. The way he goes out, he's a lot of energy, and knowing that he could really get the team going, and everyone loves him. I handed him the mask and the Superman cape for him to do next year.
Okay, we'll look for him. He's got big shoes to fill, by the way. Well, listen, obviously, Cameron and Jerry, thank you for joining us. We all add our congratulations as a university and certainly a local media community, and we thank you both for joining us today.